Hello everybody, what I'm going to share with you here is probably one of the things that will make a huge difference between Predecessor and Overprime, and why many players will probably prefer Predecessor, not just because of this reason, but this is very, very important. Now look at the minimap. This is from a video from 2 weeks ago from Predecessor, so of course we can expect the map to be similar to that. So if you look carefully, you can see that this map has three types of tower. There are the inner tower, the outer tower, and inhibitors. All right. The outer tower is a tier 1 tower. All right. Which enemy need to destroy in order to get closer to the base, where they again need to destroy the inner tower tier 2, and after they do that, they get to the inhibitors. So basically, there are two towers and inhibitor. Now let's just compare it to the original Paragon game map. Again, there was the Legacy one and the Monolith that replacing the Legacy on December 6, 2016. Now the Legacy you're going to see is on the left side, and the Monolith on the right side. You see, there are again two towers and Monolith. All right, two towers and Monolith. Now let's compare it to the Overprime. This is from the final playtest. So you see what I'm seeing here? Well, there are only one tower, and then you go straight to the inhibitor. This is a huge difference in terms of map design. Aside from that, the map is different, but this is a huge difference. And this leads, and I felt it a lot by the way when playing, when after the tower is gone, the game just open up and just, you know, there are lots of group fights just when you destroy this tower. Unlike, for example, in a Predecessor or the original Paragon, where you need to work in order to destroy the other inner tower in order to the game to open up, because there's still way to retreat. So I felt like when I'm playing, when the tower is gone, I just will be sometimes just gonna leave the lane early, and then there's gonna be lots of group fights, you know, because the tower is actually gone and everything just open up. Sometimes even too early. Now this is side by side, and you can see. So listen, personal preference, I prefer the Predecessor one by far, because it stay loyal to the map design of the original Paragon game. For the Overprime just brings something new, something different. Of course, it adds more kind of unique mechanics. You can see the goal from the left and right, where you can actually dunk and get the Overprime attacking the enemy's base. And there's some, of course, many areas like the bushes, and there are some areas where you can stay invisible pool. So it adds a lot new, and basically it just in some way doesn't feel like the original Paragon. Aside from that, the fact that you have only a single tower there, probably they do it in order to implement the goal area, but it just felt like it's a different game. I know there are many things, the heroes and stuff and other type of things in the game that are resemble the original Paragon, but the map itself was something that, you know, just make me love playing Paragon in the first place. One of the main things. And I really felt that in many games, once the tower is gone, the game just shift up to, you know, just sticking together and lots of group fights very early on. And it can take even at the beginning, when you have like two attacking mid, they did open up mid, and then you just can't stay there because the jungle just go and just wreck you up. So you don't have actually a place to retreat. So now that I can see it, I just can't overlook it. I felt it in the game, by the way, but for some reason I didn't pay attention to it that much. I don't know why. But now it is the case. Look at that. This is a huge difference between the two games. Of course, we can talk about all the other things. And of course, you know, hitboxes and all this stuff. And there's some heroes skill changes. But this is a core thing difference between the two games. And of course, those who are big fans of the original Vanilla Paragon and the original maps, I've no doubt that many of them will favor Predecessor map design. Whether in that aspect, Overprime, although again I'm enjoying playing it, but it felt far, and actually mentioned in previous video that it just feels that I'm disconnected from Paragon. I try to adapt to the map, and there's something that I like, but it felt like a different game compared to Predecessor. So this is a huge deal, the difference between those two maps, and I think it will make a huge difference if you haven't paid attention to it, or, you know, just your mind wasn't focusing on it, and you ask yourself why the game opens up so fast and you start, you know, fighting and brawling together so early during the game. Well, this is the reason for that. So tell me what you think about that. I think it's going to be a huge deal, by the way, unless over time we're going to make changes, but probably unlikely at this stage. but this is the final task, so we're probably going to stay with it. So again, Overprime tries to bring something new to the game that weren't like that before, although in some ways it actually, in a way, shoot itself in the leg, because it getting far from the original classic Paragon map that many people just love and just take it to another place. So it just feels like it's a different game, although of course there are many things that are similar with the heroes that make you feel like a Paragon game, and in some way it is, but Predecessor really want to stay loyal to the classic game and not take it far from there, because again, this is the reason why people want to play this game in the first place, to really relieve those memories, the nostalgia, and enjoy the fun that they had playing the original game Paragon. So tell me what you think about those. This is for this video, whether it's going to be a huge deal or maybe some of you even prefer Overprime map and new mechanics. Let me know in the comment section below. Consider maybe leaving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.